We talk. Have you accepted his apology?
Well, what do you do? If you don't accept it, can you actually do anything? The way the nation has been so warped, we are just meant to be taking everything from them by hook or anyhow. We just have to accept whatever they bring and keep agitating for what we want until they get it right. But for you to say you don't accept your apology, then what? In fact, apologizing to us is even an honor.
And some people will say, "Thank God you apologize."
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me come to let me come to Ogachukwu. In fact, for Nigeria, for a child to know how to speak, the first word is up nepa. That is how you know that a child will know how to speak. Let me stay with
Well, stand by.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Ogatokwe, you were here. I was thinking I was supposed to see you in UK which day, but that's a story. What do you think we should do that some of these things that Tanko is saying from Kaduna should not enter our place? How do we take this thing serious? That Nigeria is a sovereign state. You cannot try the state power.
Well, I think this thing is having a pattern that is very unique, and everybody already knows about how they operate. And I don't think anything new is happening. It's just the regular pattern. But the real problem is the government inability to take a stand, a firm stand on what they want to do. They are not
the other
decisive.
day, the NSA was in Jaws and said enough is enough. Sometime last year.
It's not about the rhetoric of speaking. You know, it has become a norm that when these people become victimized, like Nigerians become victimized by the terrorists and those people that are in that category, the government officials will speak their regular English and they will go back to the drawing board and nothing happens. And the funny thing is, when the troops make gains by arresting some of these guys, I don't understand where we want to convert an ideological terrorist into a repentant person that will now be integrated to a normal society. They don't understand what ideology does to human. When people have indoctrinated minds, there is no amount of things you say that will change their innermost conviction. And that is why the government is the only power that can destroy them. And that is based on the fact that for every actions, there must be consequences. And now we are talking about criminal activities. What is the consequences for the actions? And what have we done to implement those consequences? And that is why they are thriving, and that is why they continue to gallivant from one place to another. You think they are not here already? They are already here. And it takes some of this time.
That too.
See, I'm telling you the truth now. And the truth is, they are already surrounding us. The source of most of these banditry are the Almajiri system of education, where people will give birth to more than enough kids that will not be taken care of, that will not be well tutored, that will not be trained, that don't have a feeling of how the society should look like. They don't share love among them. They have never been loved. They have never seen where people show love to each other. So it's very easy for them to be brutal. What they have grown up to become is around the concept of survival of the fittest. I've gone to the north at different times, and before you even finish eating, you see them surrounding you. And immediately you leave slight food in your plate and stand up, they will fight over it. They will struggle to just get those crumbs. So they have been living in such an environment right from childhood. And the system was designed to make them look stupid, and they become people that will constitute nuisance in the
But-
larger
but-
society. And at the end of the day, they become jobless, and they can be recruited for anything.
Tokwe, people will say that people like you that is causing this problem for us.
How?
Because you are a politician,
Yes.
and I know that education is liberation.
Yes.
Today, in fact, before there was some student in Unilag that me and some group of people, we just arranged to be helping them in terms of their school fees.
Yes.
And because the school fee was less than 30,000 then.
Then.
As I'm talking to you, we have to beg them and withdraw because the school fee minimum for Unilag is not less than 350,000 naira. Minimum. Not that these children, their family income have increased and the rest of them. We have to beg them and say, oh God, we cannot continue. Even we know that some people that used to give to people, they are now expecting
Yes.
from people. So you politician, you promise heaven and earth. To even scratch the earth, it becomes a different
Because
thing.
you are not voting the right people that really... See, the problem is the masses. Well, many a time you just look at what is the percentage of people that are really playing active politicking. The problem is the masses that are not really educated enough to understand their civic rights and responsibilities. It is only in Nigeria that we see people not turning out en masse to vote against what they hate. And at the end of the day, they will still come and blame politicians who already understand that every 4 years, people have the opportunity to vote them out. Sometimes they will rig you. See, it is only because you give the room for rigging. Look at a country like Turkey. I want to use that as an example. They have close to 90% of people that are registered voters turning out to come and vote. So how do you rig such a system? Even in Lagos here, during the last election, when people came out en masse for the presidential election, even the incumbent president lost in his own very strong domain. In Abuja, the past president that is now late lost in Abuja because people came out. See, the truth is we should not allow these people to intimidate us with their stories that they are going to rig it, whether you like it or not. No, it is because we don't know that the franchise we have should be executed to the latter. And if we can do that, we can always... And we have the fear. Anybody that goes there, we have the fear that the way we voted him in mass, we can always vote him out in mass. And he will be able to do things that are making sense to the common man. Many of the policies that are being operated now are not making sense to the masses. It is more of the
elite that is causing it.
It is
For
not,
example, if you want to contest this year
I have
now,
contested in the last
maybe
election.
you already buy some bag of rice now. You are going to share rice.
I'm
Yes
I'm not sharing rice. It's rice.
Okay, you will share beans.
I'm not sharing beans. And that is where
You
the
share
problem
bread.
lies. Besides,
You will give bread 500 or give 500.
that's where the problem is. Right. They are even
500
sharing
naira.
as low as tin tomato. It's as bad as they are sharing noodles.
But this should
It's as bad as
now
that.
let me advise you. Since you people must share rice, as you are sharing rice, share turkey, share chicken, share.
So it doesn't solve the. It's only
only
solve
rice.
the problem.
Only rice
It
will
doesn't
not
solve.
solve.
See, Mr. Joseph, it doesn't solve the problem. Like I said, they are not really ready to do.
Who is not ready? Who
The
is not
government
ready?
is not ready.
But
to
if you
do
know you
it.
are not ready, why not tell them to be ready?
I've been on this for several years. You know, more than 2 decades I've been actively participating in Nigerian politics, and I've been very vociferous in my stance against many things. Even what is happening. We know this model, security model they are operating is not going to be fruitful. And they continue to use it because people that are of, I don't know, they have this clandestine interest in what is happening. They are the one fueling the model to continue so that they can sell outdated guns to our own soldiers. They can have a way of making the system through they are killing people, you have to bring money, they are killing people. They are not really fighting it to a standstill. And this thing is not really hard. There should be consequences for action. Immediately you involve yourself in this, that means you are ready to face the action if you are caught. execute them. I mean, for me, I don't see reason.
Do you know how
do
many-
you know how many people that are on death row?
And the governor know they sign.
They are not signing.
People like
it is
you will not
because
sign.
I will sign. I'm sorry.
You will not sign when you become
just-
governor. You will not sign.
You just try me now.
You
Try
know,
me and you will see.
Ngozi will sign when you become
me,
governor.
I will sign because unless it is not confirmed that the person is a criminal.
Okay, let's hear from Ngozi.
Okay, good morning. My name is Faithfulness Woke, actually. My Igbo name is Ngozi. So I have a question to ask, and this one is in a general theme. Like, could some policies or actions be contributing to insecurity in Nigeria, both intentionally and unintentionally?
Is that for you?
Yes, so many policies. I've said something around. Look at during Jonathan era, he tried to bring all these nomads into a regular school system that will fit their orientation.
Yeah, that have been even in my primary
So
school
these
days.
things are not. But where are those investments now? It has gone down the drain. Nobody is operating it again. But immediately the Buhari regime or administration came in, they just closed it down technically. It became something that was a wasted effort. And they saw it more of is patronizing the North so that they can vote for him. They are not looking at it from the point of view that this is education. Education is something that gives you that global view to seeing lights in darkness. So they are not seeing it from that perspective. They are politicizing everything. And today, I saw a video, I think 2 days ago, during this our last Ramadan Eid, where these terrorists went to pray. They gathered in a particular location. All of them carrying guns. They are doing also. I was like, okay, are you telling me government does not have that opportunity, that device, that very strong military equipment to understand that these people are gathered there and just kill them once and for all? Even if few escape, few, like I said, escapes, they will not be having that effrontery to go and regroup easily. The way, so it's something that is very appalling when you see some of these things. And you tell me government, see, if you abuse government on this radio station now, before, this is, I don't know, look at the time now.
This
Before
14 past 8.
before 8:30, you understand that there is government. Because this place will be surrounded. They have all those apparatus, the paraphernalia to do. But there are some people that have sinister motive behind all this nonsense that is going on. And if it continues to go on, there's nothing we can do than to continue to advocate for a change in governance, in government, so that when we have the opportunity, put somebody. See, we are not talking about the person will be brutal. When you are brutal against somebody that is brutal against your the society, I don't think it's a crime. I think that is justice. Even God is threatening us with hellfire. Why? Why is God? God is merciful.
Okay,
God is this. Why is he threatening us with hellfire? Because that is consequence for action.
Let me come
Make
to
your own
Ogachu.
decision.
Oga, you have a question too.
Okay, according to what he just explained, I'm trying to ask a question. Like, the problem of this insecurity, is it as a result of those, like, because this insecurity, it is not being tackled like it needs to be tackled? Is it the problem of those around the president? Like, are they the one that is making this insecurity issues to be escalating instead of reducing in the country?
All right. Looking at within the government cycle, doesn't mean the president is not having some information. Because, for example, when our guy follow president go US, UK, he go dey enjoy, as president dey enjoy for left, he go dey enjoy for right. While the people in Borno, Kwara, Southern Kaduna, is as if they leave us in the hand of God. And sometimes, if to say God no get strong hand, God for hand for don't tire. But let me start from Tokwe, because Tokwe is a politician here. They are the people that's giving us all this.
See, this thing is just clear. Body language of the leader determines what subordinates do. The body language of the president is about 2027 election. Bring everybody.
But it is we that will cast our vote.
That is why I am telling you that the problem of Nigeria is the masses that are yet to understand the power of their vote. Their franchise to vote out anybody is their liberty, and they are not exercising it right. But if I tell you, if I tell you the government is really giving that body language that shows that they want to combat these criminals, in reality, it's a fallacy.
When you, assuming you become governor of Lagos, you
within 6 months,
protection of life and property.
Within 6 months, I have a model. If you look at my last campaign, and if I'm going to be on the ballot by this next election too, which we are working with my team, I'm still going to say within 6 months, people that are criminals will run out of Lagos willingly to
people don't talk this one.
People talk up.
See, Mr. Talk.
I'm not talking. You know me. If politicians they talk, you know me. I'm a principled person. I'm not luxurious. See where the problem lies. I met when I was under the tutelage.
Let me talk and say if you know how to say go resign.
Yes, I'm going to resign. Let me tell you something. I was under the tutelage of late Lateef Jakonde. For 2 years, he trained some of us while he was alive at his Ilupeju residence. We do go there to ask questions. And one of those things, I've always mentioned it. He said, we asked him how he was able to achieve so much with Miaga resources, and his impact still lives with us till date. He said, 2 things makes anybody that is at the ends of affair to be successful. You have to have willpower, and you have to be contented. That if you don't have the willpower, there are so many things that you will not be able to do because of being politically relevant to some power that be. The second is that you have to be contented. That if you are not contented, immediately they open the vault of the financial resources of the state, you will lose your mind. And that is why he has just that is one house at Ilupeju. And it's not very luxurious if you go there. See, if you are not a luxurious person, you know me, I'm not luxurious. My own is, give me the resources.
But that doesn't mean that when you become governor, you give me one in-laws.
That is for this is some of these things, basic necessities. Nobody is saying you should suffer. I'm not suffering as I am. I have a good job. I've never got to the government.
You have a second address.
I'm running my second PhD. So that means I'm doing things based on what I think I needed to just add value to my life. I finished the first one. I'm running the second one. And I'm not flaunting it. I've never flaunted it to anybody. It's because all these things are just for me personally to just develop myself. But we are talking about governance here. Governance has to be about the masses. How do you manage the resources of the state? Within that 4 years or whatever number of period you are given that assignment, manage the resources to make life comfortable for people. Everybody cannot be at the ends of our fear. Everybody cannot be at that seat. But you are there to manage their resources. You are not there to take their resources to different islands where you go and celebrate birthday party for 1 week, and they will be counting millions of naira with somebody's mistress.
Okay, let's listen to our people. Let's listen to Oga Tokwe as we go. 20 seconds, please.
Yes, we are progressing in error like a V. Yes, like a V. When you look at the angle how a V starts, it's very, very small. But as it progresses, it gets wider and wider and wider. And if we fail to bring that parallel lines back to become parallel or to become one straight line, then we continue to progress in error like we are doing presently. Change this government, and if they don't change the model, we are still going to be on the same wrong track.
Thank you very much. That is Tokwe Abdurazak Balogu. He was an AA candidate for Lagos State governorship race in 2023.